pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all.
Bills versus the
Nowadays,
Ravens.
that mobility,
Prediction
truly an asset,
game.
and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually
I'm a
working
Seahawks
with
fan,
what the
but
colleges
I'm
are giving
still
us
Bills fan,
nowadays.
and Kansas City fan, and a Patriots fan. So it really don't matter. I'm only an Edelman fan. That's why I like the Patriots. So I'm receiving probably. Yeah, I think this is on rookie, so this
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded at the 6.
That's a shitty kick.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well,
Out come the Ravens,
Lamar
led
Jackson.
by the leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in 2018. In his second season now, Lamar Jackson.
Beat Lamar is blitz.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ballgame. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play.
So they play that blitz,
that's going to
but
make
they
it
should
second
probably
and
keep 2 in the
14.
backfield because
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Round third.
And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long.
Fell. Fuck him out. We got out of the pocket.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but
all you gotta do.
Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here now, Roberts.
Roberts gone.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Allen, you got some crappy
so from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen.
Allen can run too.
He'll try and run it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away from 19 with his legs and a 1st down. First down, and they're going to throw without him. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. And this offense sometimes is predicated on the ageless wonder, Frank Gore.
And he wants to be a guy with limitless carries. Frank Gore gets better and better with each carry, really batters defenses with his inside running.
Gore, a 1st down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Frank Gore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This one fielded at the 5.
And
he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. They may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. From the 27, Jackson over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Why the fuck is he back there? I'm not touching that.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Chocolate cheesecake, man.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now it's Gore. And some space here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing back.
That was sack. That's my bad. I wanted to get him in there to run. Okay, I'm gonna have
they were able to
run
win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Nice slant. Let's see what we got.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he touchdown Buffalo.
There you go, Aaron.
That's a tough one there defensively, because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down. And it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does.
Man, he's accurate on here,
but not everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
5 plays there on that drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down now.
Down he goes.
It's Ingram, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I leave 2 in the backfield.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Blitz is going to save the Bills to take it back.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
Wait, was he going down there? Shut 2
So
blocks.
it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's a prime example of how Josh Allen can hurt it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays.
I play another game.
A number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Hauschka now to send this away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, You know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Some of these coach Madden will let you choose. I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up. Because otherwise, this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards.
Hey, ground 80! 57. Hey, pick it up.
On 1st down, it's Gore. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. There goes Frank Gore.
Are you kidding me?
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Gore is disgusting.
Frank Gore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts
to
have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
Hey, we're off the field goal.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football. Seems like we've seen the Seahawks quite a bit in prime time the last few weeks, and we get them again tonight as they head down to L.A. to take on the Rams. And then tomorrow night for Monday Night Football, it's Giants-Eagles from Chile, Philadelphia. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Willie.
Jackson to throw. Snead's got it.
Ooh, that was a good block.
The completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down.
Trying to strip it. And trying to work
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run from the pistol with Ingram. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Spinning away.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
He won't go down.
No. Oh, my Lord. What kind of return was that?
No doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Bills will take over
he
the
would have run to the ball, so I had to do it
first
myself.
and 10.
Crazy right there.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It's one of my plays I really like. It's on curl.
On first down, Allen. Open man, here's Foster. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
Another broken tackle.
All the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hauschko with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
I'd love to see the Seahawks play the Bills.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Yeah, that was stupid. My bad. I was playing with that.
We got this.
So we've reached halftime here at an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Playing with that
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5.
Right. Where are we going? I want to go far.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
I can play better than that. I was fucking around. I'm like, man.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what...
It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. He's going deep for Brown.
No.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he lost the football. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And it's a Bills touchdown.
What?
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules
Oh
seminar
my
because
God.
we learned
Thank God.
the only time you can't
Is that
advance a
still
fumble
considered
like
a
that
pick?
is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right, other than that, if that ball's out,
I'm not
whether
skipping
forward or
this.
backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say
He's
free, that
down
means he's got
with the
free
fumble.
reign to pick it up and
He's
go.
down.
And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Yep, touchdown. Heck yeah.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ingram again, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Gore. A big play here for the Bills. 62 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and goal, Gore. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line.
Oh, shit. That's shit.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 64 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. To return is Roberts. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Gore powers through again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Frank Gore taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Got him in. It's Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Oh, hell no. He went.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
About to challenge that shit out of that.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. Call that on me.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who says signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Oh, now he bowls him over. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
Tighten up. You draw corker.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. Roberts has it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson will throw again. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. And now the Bills will bring the offense out onto the field and go for 2 here.
Let's make these babies cry. Hey, hold on.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Now Jackson on first down. This one complete to Ingram.
Good catch. Ingram got out there that quick.
I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
That strife or whatever you do.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. One last shot for Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
And it's my fucking number.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's it for that game.
Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown at the end to add to their lead, then they tried to put more on top of the 2-point conversion, but didn't get it.
That's
all
someone
rookie, though.
That wants to win and by as many as possible. They don't get a 2-point conversion to add on top, but just the idea of going for it with that type of a lead already when they didn't need to do so, that tells you what his mentality is. He's an attack.
See what you got to do.
Always attack.
Just keep the ball, run.
So for Buffalo, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Ball.